the main man behind the Bharat Jodo Yatra, responsible for strategizing, planning, and rolling out this entire Padayatra, which has traversed through at least 3 states, and they're still on, rain or shine.
Not the main man. The Bharat Jodo Yatra is a collective enterprise. There are 120 Bharat Yatris doing the full distance from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. Mr. Rahul Gandhi is one of the 120.
Why is it called Rahul's Yatra then?
It's not Rahul's Yatra. It's you people who are calling it Rahul's Yatra. There is Bharat Jodo Yatra in which Rahul Gandhi is a participant. Of course, the public focus is on him, naturally so. But please, the Bharat Jodo Yatra is a collective enterprise. It's a collective endeavor. And lots of people have gone into, been involved in strategizing, planning, implementing, executing. So don't reduce it to a few individuals.
I'm not, but ultimately that's the narrative. So that's mostly what I'm picking up on.
We have to get out of this individual-centric narrative. मैं नहीं हम, मैं नहीं हम, मेरा नहीं हमारा. That has to be our nara.
Jairam Ramesh, as much as you say that this is a collective effort to plan and strategize, etc., there's a lot of talk on the number of photo ops that have happened all through the stretch of this yatra.
Sure, I mean the public
focus.
focus.
Is that also planned, or has that been organic?
Public focus is on Mr. Rahul Gandhi, no doubt about it. He occupies a unique position in the Congress party organization. He's a former president. And the media focuses on him, sure. But please remember, I just want to quote the great French philosopher Albert Camus, who once wrote something which Nelson Mandela used to keep quoting all the time. Don't walk behind me, for I will not lead. Don't walk in front of me, for I will not follow. Walk by my side, and I will be your friend and partner. That's Mr. Rahul Gandhi for you.
Well, we're seeing the kind of organic traction he's got. A lot of them bystanders just inquisitive on how Rahul Gandhi looks. That's possibly something.
No doubt about it. People are coming. There's a curiosity value. They want to see him. He's young. He's energetic. He's demonstrated tenacity and endurance of an unprecedented scale. We have completed 37 days. We have another maybe 135 days to go. So it's a gigantic enterprise.
Yeah, and we see, but I'd really like to ask you on the sidelines, what's been the real challenges? Have you had blisters on your feet? I know the yatris have had some serious sunburns, and a lot of them are walking actually much ahead of Rahul Gandhi because they're not able to catch up with Rahul Gandhi. That's what
the biggest challenge is to sustain public interest in the yatra. For me to sustain the media interest in the yatra. Because, the media's narrative is something else.
What is the media's narrative?
The narrative is individuals. It's, there are many other stories relating to the government or different political parties. How to keep the Bharat Jodo Yatra in the national narrative every day. It's part of the local narrative.
Is that been your effort, or has that been happening without you putting?
It doesn't happen automatically. See, it's part of the local narrative. It has to be. It creates a lot of local excitement. But how do we make it part of the national narrative, political narrative? That's been a huge challenge.
Do you think there's a strategic miss in keeping this in mainstream?
Well, we've had great success in Tamil Nadu. We've had great success in Kerala. We've had unprecedented success in Karnataka, even though Karnataka is, a BJP-ruled state. Now, we've also had to compete within our party because of organizational elections, the Congress president's elections, which are going to be held on the 17th. So media naturally focused on that. How to get the media's interest back onto the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Now today the elections for Gujarat and Haryana and Himachal Pradesh are going to be announced. So the media is going to naturally focus on the elections. So this is the challenge. The Bharat Jodo Yatra is the...
Precisely what I'm saying. Is your focus on mass connect, ground connect, or are you also looking at relaying?
No. It's the fundamental objective is mass connect. The fundamental objective is to listen, not to speak. This is not Man Ki Baat. This is Janta Ki Chinta. But it's a transformational moment in Indian politics. And that needs to be communicated over and over again. That the Congress is redoing the narrative. The Congress is re-energizing its organization. There is a tremendous excitement and a new energy in the Congress organization, which will hold the party in good stead for the next couple of years.
You know, a quick word, Jairam Ramesh, if you could break it down to us, the actual agenda of this Bharat Jodo Yatra. Each day is a different campaign of sorts. While you walk, you have a different...
Each day may be different, but there is an underlying theme to the Bharat Jodo Yatra. There are three themes in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Increase in economic inequality caused by price rise, unemployment, GST, concentration of economic power. Number two, increase in social polarization, caste, religion, language, food, dress, and so on. And third, political authoritarianism, which means a complete disdain and overlooking of constitution and constitutional bodies, and really vesting all political power in one individual. Now, these are the three underlying themes across the 3,750 kilometers or so that we will traverse from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. Now, there will be local themes. In Karnataka, there's a 40% Bombay Sarkar theme. In Kerala, we had the theme of the CPM, which has not fulfilled its promises. So there are local themes.
Is it really echoing with the local audience?
If they were not echoing, they won't be coming to see us, to welcome us. I must tell you that what you see on the roads are not just Congress supporters, not just Congress friends, not just Congress families, but you're seeing Congress critics. You're also seeing fence sitters coming out. So I think this is creating mass awareness, mass contact. We have a challenge. We have to convert this excitement into organizational strength. That is where the organization is going to be held to account. But as far as the Bharat Jodo Yatra is concerned, I think it's been a remarkable transformational moment for Indian politics, and certainly it's been a lifesaver and a life giver for the Congress party.
Yeah, but, and as much as you say that you're trying to renew the Congress's prospects in a larger sense, we see that the Congress is mostly going into areas where you're already dominant or where you're strong.
We're not dominant in Karnataka.
Well, you were, and you have great chances of coming back.
We're not dominant. We went to Mysore, BJP is strong. We went to Madhya, where the JDS is strong. We went to Kerala, where the CPM is in power.
You know very well that your chances look bright here.
No, we are bright. There's no automaticity. There's nothing automatic in politics, so you have to work hard. And the message of the Bharat Jodo Yatra radiates from Karnataka to Telangana, to Andhra, to Maharashtra, to
Why not Gujarat?
Gujarat, we are facing the elections.
No. Why isn't the Bharat Jodo Yatra?
I have explained this for the last 2 months, and I'm, a bit tired of explaining. Here's Kanyakumari, here is Kashmir, and here is Gujarat. Now, this is the route. Now, even if I had 56 inches chest, I will take 100 days to go from here, Kanyakumari, to Gujarat. Even if I had 56 inches, I would still take 100 days, by which time elections are over. And if you're going to have an election campaign, you would like the organization to be involved 100% in the election campaign. Now, if you take a Bharat Jodo Yatra through Gujarat, everybody is going to get involved in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. We have Bharat Jodo Yatra in West Bengal, Bharat Jodo Yatra in Assam, Bharat Jodo Yatra in Odisha, Bharat Jodo Yatra has started in Jharkhand, we'll have a Bharat Jodo Yatra in Bihar, and we have elections in Himachal and Gujarat. So in India, whenever you set out to do anything in India, general principle is there'll be 5 questions, why not this? Why aren't you doing this? Let's focus on the positive.
Why India? Whatever you do anywhere in the world, there's always naysayers, but you're forging ahead.
The proportion of people who raise questions is much higher in India than the people who are able to give answers.
Well, but we see that you're forging ahead. A quick word on the Jan Sankalp Yatra that the BJP has kicked off simultaneously in Karnataka. They're not letting you have a free run in their state?
Well, this is the impact of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. It has forced Baba Ramdev to praise the Congress party. It's forced Nitin Gadkari to recognize poverty and unemployment. It's forced Mohan Bhagwat to start an outreach program with minorities. And it has forced Dattatreya Hosbale to acknowledge the problem of economic inequality. And it has forced the BJP in Karnataka to start a Jan Sankalp Yatra. This, I think, is the remarkable tribute to the Bharat Jodo Yatra, the tenacity, the endurance, and the sheer willpower of Mr. Rahul Gandhi and the 120 Bharat Yatris who are walking alongside him.
You know, it's not easy to eat from a container day on day. How are you managing? How's Rahul managing? He's not going to speak to us.
I just said hi to my
Any
container.
stomach upset, bugs?
Well, I went to Ballari. I saw my container moving from last night's side to tonight's side, and I just said, "Container, bye." And I'm going to be in the container this evening. I've got used to it. It's like a coupe. It's like a two-tire coupe, except that instead of being the coupe like this, the coupe is like this. So I mean, there's 60 containers. We've got used to it, and I
Special food made for you and Rahul and some of the senior leading lights.
no special food, no special facilities. In fact, I'm thinking of buying the container, if I can afford it, at the end of 150 days as sort of a replica of this unusual period in my life. By the way, no special facilities for anybody. We eat the same food, we sleep in the same containers, we walk on the same road, no special treatment. Absolutely no special. Mr. Gandhi is absolutely particular on, and he's also very particular that he's not leading the yatra. He's participating in the yatra. It's the Congress Party's yatra. It's a yatra to unite the people. It is the yatra to defeat the forces of anger, fear, and hatred.
You have enough and more people saying he just needs one chance to get out of the yatra. Just about anything.
You've been predicting that he will go to Delhi, he'll go here, he'll go there. He spent every night in the yatra except those 2 nights, 4th and 5th, which he went and spent alongside his mother. You would, if you have not seen your mother and she's not well and you have not seen your mother for 2 months, you would like to go and spend time with your mother. These are natural instincts. He's a human being. But he's been right throughout, including the rest day he has spent in the yatra. I think the media really needs to re-evaluate the way it looks at leaders and their day-to-day activities.
You know, I see Congress really trying to embolden itself this time. There's serious effort being made, and it's quite visible.
It's the real Mr. Gandhi. It's not a new Mr. Rahul Gandhi. It's the real Mr. Rahul Gandhi. It's an unmediated Rahul Gandhi. He's connecting to the people. He's talking to the people. People are talking to him. There's nobody like this waiting to distort his message. He's talking to young people, talking to old people, talking to men, boys, women, girls, and they're not going to distort what he says. They're not going to give a headline to what he says. And I think that's the basic difference. When you talk to the people directly, and I am talking to people like you, I don't know what line from this conversation you will take to sensationalize the interview.
Well, you haven't given me enough meat. Okay, let me ask you finally in Karnataka, since your primary focus is here, and I'd like to say that this rally holds great significance in this state.
Well,
because
tomorrow is the big rally. All the big leaders of the Congress party are coming. Mr. Gandhi, of course, will be the star attraction. It will be a farmers' rally, workers' rally. It's a political rally in Ballari. And we will be then going to Andhra for 4 days, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st. We come back to Karnataka. We come back to Raichur, 22nd and 23rd. And then we are off to Telangana. So we would have spent a total of 20 days in Karnataka.
a quick word on Karnataka. There's that much speculation on who's going to be the chief ministerial face. You have DK Siddaramaiah, sparring. That's what's mostly projected with these indirect jibes taken at one another.
Let me say that the media and the BJP are fixated on face. The Congress is more worried about the base.
Help it when you have a Narendra Modi as your
No, the Congress is more worried about the base. It's less worried about a face. It's more preoccupied with strengthening the base, with expanding its base. Who the face is, in my view, is secondary, because Indian elections are not beauty contests between personalities. Indian elections are choices between political parties which have alternative visions, which have alternative ideologies, which have alternative agendas for the future. And I think you are really weakening, or you're emasculating the value of Indian democracy by making Indian elections a contest between faces. It's not that. It's a contest of ideas. It's a contest of ideologies. And let's keep it that way.
All right, you're focused for 2024, since you've started much ahead of time.
I'm not an astrologer.
Started much ahead of time, and that's credit-worthy.
Remember what Lord Krishna told Arjuna. Chapter 2, verse 45. Karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadacha. Just do what you have to do. What will happen will happen. If you start worrying about what is going to happen, you're not going to do anything. So just focus on what you're doing. And that's what I have always been right from, many years, but particularly insofar as this yatra is concerned. This is not, let me repeat, this is not a Chunav Jito Yatra. This is not a Chunav Jitao Yatra. It's a Bharat Jodo Yatra. It's a Bharat Jodo Padayatra.
Quick word, since you're in Andhra, you were in power for about a decade ago for quite a while. Now there's hardly any significance of the Congress in Andhra. No leaders, no grassroots cadre. Is this a statement that you're making by passing through this?
We are going through Kurnool for 3.5 days. We went through Anantapur for a brief period, but 18th, 19th, 20th we'll be tested. It will be a test for the organization. And I think I'm confident that we'll come out of it, with our head held high. It's a big challenge. I am not underestimating the challenge in Andhra, but I am confident that the combined efforts of our political organization, both in the state as well as in the center, will ensure that the 3 days that we spend in Kurnool will spark the recovery of the Congress in Andhra Pradesh.